So last December, the crew launched with a very different style of racing game, a sort of a blend between an MMO, RPG, car racing game, very large open world, very much sort of a service to players where you sort of kept changing it. But this November, you're bringing out Wild Run, which sort of tweaks and does a lot of things and sort of goes over a lot of it, but also adds a lot of new things to the game. Can you tell us what the basics of Wild Run is?
Well, the basic of Wild Run is basically making the game bigger and better and keep on working and engaging the players, working with them to bring what they want and make the experience even richer and bigger. Basically, well, when we launched the game, it was like you said, open world, car, MMO, RPG, and living all the experience of driving. And we could drive off-road, on-road, circuits, lots of very different stuff. But for us, actually, it was only the beginning. And over the past 9 months, we already delivered a lot of new stuff, new game mode, new PvP game mode, new vehicles, new missions, lots of new way to play and offer the players to play. And actually, it was also for the occasion of listen to the players and listen to what they want, what would be necessary, and see how they play. And basically, the Wild Run is the answer to all that. And it's lots of new tunings and new way to play and drive. Now you can have monster trucks, you can have drift cars, you can have drag race, you can have bikes, and it's all new ways to really rediscover the world and replay everything you did. Lots of new game modes. Now you can do drag race, now you can do drift challenges, but also in the open world you will be able to create your own races. So now the whole world is really yours to play with your friends and for you to create the way you play. It's what we call stunt challenges, where you will have lots of challenges on the fly in the world to do with your friend, like biggest jump, fastest on the roads, no hit, etc., etc. And it's all about rediscovering the free world. And all that takes place in a redefined world, because we actually are delivering a massive redesign on the technological side of our rendering engine, because all this road trip experience, it's all about beautiful sights and beautiful cars, and that's really what we wanted to make sure we stay on the top and deliver the most engaging experience for players. And this allows us, and it's again a major way to rediscover the world with a real-time weather cycle, with rain, storms, that actually affect your driving, your vision, the way you stick to the road, and redefine the whole discovery. So it's all takes place in the crew experience. So everything you had, you still have. Everything you had, you can rediscover with all those new twists, and you can enjoy the game in a very, very different way. It's really our vision of what games today should be, which is not hit and run. One stuff you launch and you go away and you start working on something else, but it's really a commitment to the players to bring a rich experience that keeps on living, keeps on evolving, and to make sure we keep on playing together for a long, long time.
It's very interesting with the new things you're adding, like the dragsters, for instance. That's something like, it's almost like a separate mode that you're bringing in there. And the monster trucks, you got these arenas. Of course, you can drive them in the open world as well, but these arenas are really designed to sort of bring out the best of the monster trucks. So is that how you sort of saw players engaging with things in the game, that they were sort of creating these little small events and wanted this kind of content?
Yeah, actually at first we worked on what's this driving about. We really start working on the behavior for the cars. And so we wanted to have drag race. It's all about the free ride. We want to have drag cars, drive them in the free ride. But it's all about the experience. And the experience is not only having the vehicle, but also recreating the way they do exist in the world. And so, dragsters, we do need to have drag race and drag events and offer players to live into it. Monster trucks, we want monster truck events, so that you will be able to not only experience the world in a new way, but actually change the world and make it really fresh and new. So for us, it's really actually, the richness of the experience we offer to the player. It comes from not only you have those new toys, those new vehicles you can experience with, but also those ways to play we explore and where we expand this experience of like the driving game to bring everything driving has to offer.
And as far as I understand it, the motorbikes is really it's a class sort of similar to saying cars, because you can have them in different specs and you can use them pretty much all over the game.
Exactly. And actually those bikes, you will be able, when you buy a bike, it will be your standard as the bike manufacturer will provide it. And like for your cars, you will buy a spec, so a street spec, circuit spec, off-road spec, and which you will apply to your bike and which will open all those tuning spots for you, and then you will be able to actually tune them up, getting the right parts and making them more powerful. And what's interesting with those bikes, you will be able not only to use them in all the new content we are offering, but also you will be able to replay and rediscover the game with the bikes. So your game progression and the missions, you will be able to redo them with the bikes. And it's very interesting because bikes you don't drive like cars. And not only will you be able in PvP, you will be able to drive cars versus bikes. Your progression solo mission, which you do in co-op or solo, you will be able to replay with the bikes and taste the game. Everything you may have done already with a very, very different flavor and very interesting flavor.
So you mentioned how that there's a new rendering system in there, weather effects. I think that's a big thing as well, the dynamic weather, because that will make the game fresh all the time.
Yeah, actually, it's we've been working on the game for a long, long time, and for me it's no small achievement when I get to play again in the game. We have new features coming in, and we get stuck to the game again. And with this engine upgrade, which is not too good technical, but what we call PBR, physical-based rendering, which is all about working on the way the light illuminates the world to make it more realistic and fresh, and actually making things more believable, make them look so much more beautiful and engaging. And a big part of the road trip is about beautiful scenery, beautiful things, discovering the sun going up over the sky or going what's behind this mountain and decorating beautiful landscape. And it's really, we're still rediscovering the world with this massive redesign of the graphic engine. And so yeah, it's beautiful cars, beautiful world. And this allowed us to bring in, as you said, real-time weather effect, basically rain. Small rain, wet roads, strong rain. And what's very interesting, it's not just for the looks, it's also for the driving, because it does actually affect the physics. The road gets more slippery. The visibility is hindered when you have a very strong rain, and it won't be so easy. Strong rain at night will make things much more difficult. Wet roads, when just after the rain, will change the way you play. It will affect the free ride experience, the free ride challenges you are doing, and it's a big way of getting this sense of being in a really alive and living world.
So of course, it's a major thing that you're now able to create your own races and free in a free way. Are you mixing up the social aspects of crew in any way? How the interaction within your crew is working?
Basically, when you are sending, it's all about the crew. So everything happens to the crew. So when you're creating a race and you post it, it will be sent to your crewmates. When you are doing the stunt challenges and going through the stuff, it's something you experience with your crew. And we won't discuss it today, but you'll see that the crew will also be a major part in the progression and championship that will happen in the crew wild run.
So if you could just briefly mention, you said you have 3 million players. What are you connections with the community, with the players out there, and what's that relationship been like so far?
We are very proud of the community we have on the crew, because it's a very committed community. The way we engage with the player is that because we are an online game, we see what's happening. You know, basically it's like having a satellite dish or satellite camera all over the world, and that is monitoring all the movement and everything. So we see what's happening. So basically the players, they talk with their feet, or they vote with their feet or with their wills, and we see what they do, what they don't do, what they like, what they don't like, and we try and do lots of analytics in order to see what works, what doesn't work. Let's try and understand why and make it better. And that's where the second part comes in, which is interacting with the players. And today, yeah, you know, you have the same tools we have, which are all the forums and Facebook and Twitter and everything. And today, engaged player, they are very vocal, they talk a lot, they will tell what they like, what they don't like. And for us, it's very important to listen to that, to talk to them, to engage them, to show them what we do and what we like, and what we do for them, and to get their feedback and response. And really on a monthly basis, we've been releasing patches every month since launch. And part of the work we do is like bringing new feature and stuff we work and we design. But a big part is also, well, getting the feedback on what we just released, getting the feedback on what released for 2 months, getting the demands of the player, what they would like to have, and which really helps us interacting and getting toward a more. It's not just about designing on our side again. It's always designing, because we need to have our vision on where we want to go. But this direct feedback from the players really helps us creating a more engaging, and engrossing experience where we can connect with the players.
Thank you so much. That's The Crew Wild Run. It's coming out November 17th on PC, PS4, Xbox One, either as an expansion if you already got The Crew, or you can buy the complete package in one big box.